So I'll show you what I'm doing here. This sand has been used a few times, so all the sharp edges are worn off, so it's not super aggressive, but it works good for what I'm doing. So what I'm doing, I got the pressure turned down on the sandblaster, and I'm just going over it real quick, and when it does, any paint that's loose and falling off, that just poof goes away. Any paint that's left, that sand's aggressive enough that it basically etches the paint that's on there. It gets into all the little nooks and crannies that are a pain to sand. Anywhere there's rust, you just slow down a little bit, cleans the rust off. It gets all those little edges and corners, and it's quick. That's the whole thing with stuff like this. This system works good on older equipment like this, stuff that's just not worth putting the money into to do it properly. To go and sandblast all this down bare steel and get the good paint and the good primer and all that, it's just not worth it. Not on this old stuff. I've done it lots like this and it works really good. So I'm going to carry on now, get this thing blasted, and bring you back, show you what it looks like when it's all done. So there we go. It's all done. Got the sand cleaned up and ready for paint. Took a little over 2 hours, which is pretty good. It's about the only way I figured out how to do these with the budgets I get to work with. So tomorrow it's going to be do a little bit of masking and spray a whole lot of blue. So while I was at it, blasted the bottoms of the fenders. Then there's our grill surround. It's all cleaned up inside, ready to go. Yeah, might have got a little carried away with this, but looks good. So there we go. Get everything all masked up and ready to start spraying blue. So here's the paint we're using. It's budget friendly, let's call it that. Works really good. So let's get at it. Turned out pretty good. The old girl's looking pretty good. I was going to paint all the white today, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It's supposed to be better tomorrow, so I'm just going to let this thing sit for today. Let it cure up a little bit and get it unmasked and start putting it together. So I got everything masked up, ready for paint. It's all spot primed and good to go. Just need it to stop raining long enough so I could spray it. Well, it's slightly less than ideal painting conditions, but the wind has died down, so I'm going to go for it. See what happens. They're calling for thunderstorms for like the next 3 days, 4 days, so gotta get this done. So the white turned out pretty good. Everything dried nice. Didn't get rained on. Yeah, wheels look good too. So I'm just getting set up. I'm gonna start putting this thing back together. So that's today's project. The only thing worse than the masking is the unmasking. Especially when it's over top of this crap. It's like, why? Whatever. Carry on. So it's starting to look like a tractor again. Slowly getting it put back together. Looking pretty good. Gonna have to fire this thing up here pretty soon, and I gotta curl the bucket that way. So I gotta get in there and touch up the paint where it's overlapped. But yeah, it's coming along. Side's looking pretty good. This is looking way better. Got the little instrument gauge cluster thing painted. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got a little touching up to do in here. Gotta clean up my overspray. And then completely forgot to mask that off. Whoops. And up here, put a nice big chip in it trying to slide this in. Caught that corner. Gotta do some touch-ups anyway. I gotta put some paint on all the bolt heads, so catch that, and that's just part of it. But it's coming along. Looking pretty good. So there's our do-it-yourself grill, and considering what we had to work with, the fact that it only looks this bad, it's a bloody miracle. It's just a little goofy right along there. Actually counted out the little squares so the screws are the same side to side. Yeah. Looks not bad. Now, I gotta put that brace in. It goes right across the front. So, most of it, you're never gonna see. And then there's this part where this comes down. It's gonna cover even more of it. So, well, there you go. Oh look, it's raining. Again. And 15 minutes later. Welcome to springtime in the Okanagan. Wow, that bucket's got quite the twist in it. Oh well, it's not a restoration, it's just a paint job. So this thing's done. I'm gonna boot it outside and get a little better look at it. Yeah. Hydraulics don't work very good either. Fun and games. Ah, that seat. He's not buying a new one. I doubt it. That's why I painted the frame. That was somebody else. I didn't break that one. It's the way it came in. So that's it. It's all done. Feels good to say that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.